Hello. So this training that I'm doing here, this is one of the, I guess I'm going to say, biggest mistakes that I see a lot of women make when they have to or forced to co-parent with someone who is high conflict or toxic, narcissistic, abusive, all of the above, or just difficult. And when I say co-parent, I always mean co-parent in speech marks. So that's what this training is going to be about. If you're watching live, please put a comment live in the comments box. And if you're watching the replay, please write replay, just so that I know who is live and who isn't. And if these are beneficial for you as well. So in terms of high conflict co-parenting, one of the biggest mistakes, or should I say one of the things that are overlooked by a lot of women, and I would say 99.9% of women when you are co-parenting with someone high conflict, is that you share your plans or your thoughts with the high conflict parent. So when you're still living in the home, but you know the relationship is over, you kind of have an idea of who you're dealing with, and you're either planning your exit or waiting for them to leave, it's a really good idea to keep your plans to yourself. Do not share what you're doing, where you're going, like if you've got a secret bank account or email address or anything like that. Do not share any details of your plans. Be very vague. Even if they ask you questions, play dumb. That's the best advice I can give you. Play dumb, because I know you don't want to lie. That's the thing. We don't want to lie because we're not liars. But if you can, play dumb, have your plans ticking along in the background, bide your time, lay low. As everyone says, use grey rock. Grey rock doesn't always work, especially when you're in the same home, but as much as you can, try to stay as grounded as possible. That's the biggest tip I can give you. And also, do not share your plans with this person. That's if you're living in the same home but separated and you're waiting for the person to leave, or you are planning your exit. That's when you're living together. And then when you are no longer living together, and you are out of the situation, whether they left or you left, it's tempting to try and get on the same page as this high conflict parent. Don't waste your time and energy trying to get on the same page, because it doesn't work. So do not share with them too much information. Keep them at a distance, like a safe distance. There should be a buffer between you and them, because who you thought they were is not who they actually are. And to assume that they are going to look out for the best interest of the children is a really big mistake, because they won't and they don't. Okay, and that will save you a lot of disappointment and I guess that nightmare kind of feeling, like, why can't I just get through to him? Why doesn't he understand? I'm just going to use he in this example, because usually the dad is the other parent. So to understand how these kind of people operate, we would be here for 100 years trying to understand the workings of their mind. Your priority right now is your children, their safety, and also preserving your energy, because depending on the parenting agreement or the parenting orders, you may be having pick up and drop off and having to see this person frequently. If not, then that's great. If you have to see them infrequently, or if pick up and drop offs are through the school, say, then you don't have to see them very often, but there's always some kind of communication, obviously, because you have children. The best thing you can do is keep your cards close to your chest. Do not share with them anything that they could run with or turn against you or use against you, okay? Also, save your time and energy trying to get them to understand how to be a parent, because just like you had to learn, they also have the capacity to learn. They just don't want to. They have their own set of rules. So that is why, you may question them and say, but it's for the children, and be almost begging and pleading with them because it's for the children. It's nothing to do with you. Try and understand that they don't care whether it's you or the children. They care about their own needs and their own wants. So unless it suits their agenda, then they will not do the thing. That is something to I'm going to say make peace with. I know some people aren't going to like what I have to say because it doesn't make sense that this person could be so selfish, nonchalant, very not even caring about the child's safety. Okay, and there is a whole spectrum of high conflict parenting that that kind of what they do or don't do. All of our journeys are very similar, but when you can understand that they are motivated by different things to you, then you will save yourself a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of heartache, and a lot of frustration. It's still frustrating and it doesn't ever go away. And I get this question a lot, like, does it ever get easier? That situation doesn't get easier, but you find the tools and strategies to be able to manage it in a better way as you strengthen who you are as a person, as you armor up with your boundaries, as you understand the patterns of their behavior as well. And by that I mean, if they've been quiet for a few weeks or months, then you know to prepare and arm yourself ready for some kind of an attack. That's just how they are, and that's how it goes. Okay, so knowing the patterns, arming up, boundarying up, and accepting and acknowledging that they will never parent in the same way that you do, even if there are court orders in place. Okay, they have their own set of rules. They will operate how they want to operate. So that's the biggest thing to avoid, sharing your plans with them, especially if you're under the same roof. But even if you're not under the same roof and you've been co-parenting for X amount of years, don't get in the mud with them. Do not engage, disengage, and do not share anything with them unless it's about the children. But don't expect them to be on the same page as you. And if they are on the same page as you for a moment or in certain situations, take that as a win, but know that there is an alternate agenda always. So don't just sit back and think, oh, it looks like he's turning a page or he's changing. No, it's just that they've got another distraction and it suits their agenda to agree on this occasion, but trust that an attack will come in the next few days, weeks or months. Okay, so things to avoid when you are co-parenting with someone high conflict. Don't assume that they are like you. Don't assume that they think in the same way, and please don't assume that they are looking out for the best interest of the children, because you will be pulling your hair out if that's what you think. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. If you're watching live, please comment live in the comments box, or if you're watching the replay and you catch that, press replay or type replay. And also, if you want to know when I'm going live, please activate the notifications for this group so that you're notified. And I will see you very soon. Bye bye.